these pictures and putting them on a Velcro strip, giving it to the parent or the teacher or whatever. And one of the little pictures says, "I want." It says, I want a biscuit. I want to give that sticker and a biscuit and that one. Put it on a Velcro strip and give it to the teacher. So my grandsons do that, and that's one way of getting over this part of the frustration of not being able to communicate with young children like that. So. But things can change as far as the communications go. The lady I spoke to a couple of months ago, she had her boy, who's now 10. He didn't say a word until he was just about 6, and now he won't shut up. The other thing that they're using at Little Souls is the current technology of iPads. iPads have been a tremendous assistance for the same reason, because there's pictures, there's applications they can use on there where the kids can push buttons, I don't know a lot about iPads, but they can push pictures and things like that to show what they want. And what Little Souls are trying to do is buy iPads for all the kids. So you've got 14 students here. You want to buy 14 iPads so the teachers can teach them how to use the iPads as a means of communication when they can't talk. So that's where some money will go to, apart from, say, what they try to do is raise each year $10,000 per student. So it's 14 students, $140,000 a year. So $10,000 goes to help towards $55,000 per year that you saw their cost per student. It's a horrendous cost. And mainly because of the fact that the therapy side of it is one-on-one. So in a typical day, which is 6 hours, you've got half that time approximately spent one-to-one with the therapist. And then another couple of hours after that is spent, the autistic kids mixed with the childcare children and goes and interact with them. So it's a very labour-intensive business to be able to get the results. The government support across all levels is grossly inadequate. The amount of money that the combined state and federal government give to Little Souls per year covers about half the wage of one person, about $12,000 a year. And they've got 18 staff, so it's just underfunded enormously. And of course there's a huge community cost in not having these early intervention programs. I said before, the money spent now in early intervention will save a lot of money down the track. And unfortunately, the government funding that does go to parents, like my daughter gets some government support, it cuts out when they turn 6. Now, it's fine to fund it up to 6, but that doesn't stop there. I mean, these children need help right through their education to get them to a level that they can leave school with some sort of reasonable skills for employment. So it's just, it's frustrating from the point of view that governments waste money on so many ridiculous things. Not this. What Little Souls have done in the last few years is they've had 14 children who have graduated through the system over the last 5 or 6 years, and those children attend mainstream schools. And by doing this, I said, these students have got greater self-esteem, and it presents them with the opportunity to achieve their potential and rewarding futures. And while you can't cure autism, you can at least treat the symptoms and try to give these kids every possible chance to achieve the best they can. So the emphasis is on this early intervention program, which you saw on the DVD, and if your club or you personally can assist financially, it would be greatly appreciated by the parents of these students. As you saw there, Little Souls is a charity, a registered charity, so any money you give is tax deductible. So the money will go towards either assisting parents with fees or to purchase equipment such as iPads or things like that. The other thing they're trying to set the school up with those interactive blackboards which you get now, which kids can use. So they're trying to use the electronic technology that's out there to assist these kids move along. I mean, really, they pick it up pretty quickly. I know nothing about iPads, but the boys do. So I'll finish on that note. If you can donate anything towards anyone, if your club can see your way clear to donate anything, much appreciated. I've got brochures here like that. If you want to donate, it's got the details, it's got more information on there about Little Souls. There's a website you can go to, there's a form there that you can fill out and send a donation in. So just see me after the meeting and I can help you out. So with that, I'll just open up for questions.
How old are your grand?
5. They're 5.
Yeah.
For nearly, 5 last January.
Like identical? I haven't seen the photo.
Yeah,
identical twins or?
They're identical twins. Yeah. Yes.
Does the school operate 5 days a week,
Yes.
52 weeks a year, or do they have the school holiday breaks?
They only have about 4 weeks off. So 4 weeks off in the year. They have 2 weeks at Christmas time, they have a week over Easter, another week around September. So it's about 48 weeks a year. And it is 5 days a week. The boys go from 10 till 4, each Monday to Friday. So it's fairly intense.
Maurie, there's been an autistic association with society over many, many years.
Yep.
And there's been different sort of parent groups trying to work through that. Is that still in existence, and do you relate to that at all?
There's various autism organisations. Each state's got an autism body. There's Autism Queensland, there's New South Wales. One of the problems is that all these organisations do a great job, but the trouble is things aren't coordinated. They're not coordinated very well. That happens with a lot of these organisations, and that sort of came to light sort of 12 months or so ago, because the government commissioned a Productivity Commission report or study into the disabilities, the funding of disabilities in Australia. They came up, and you've probably seen it. The report was published in July last year, and the government has sort of taken it on board to adopt it. The only issue was money, of course. So what it showed was that currently in Australia, $6 billion a year is being spent by state and federal governments. They need 12. They need double what they're spending now to have a proper disability scheme, so you can fund therapy for these sort of people with disabilities, autism, or any other sort of disability, not just when they're young, but through their life, and also cover carers' costs and things like that. And I went to a hearing of this commission in Brisbane in April last year, where they were going through the report and making final changes to it. There are people there doing presentations, which just shows how dysfunctional the whole system is in Australia. I mean, between the states, it's terrible. One case, one lady, a sister in Darwin who was severely disabled, she was in a wheelchair and so forth, and her mother was looking after her up there. Her mother went to a nursing home, she had to bring her to Queensland. She had to start from scratch. All the benefits she had in the Northern Territory, nothing transferred. So they're trying to get the government, there needs to be this national scheme set up. It's got bipartisan support, but of course money is going to be the issue. But I mean, another $6 billion a year across Australia, when you see what we waste on a lot of other things, it would be a good investment. Yes?
I attended the National Congress for Natural Medicine last year, and I know they've got a couple of specialists in Melbourne who specifically look at diet with autistic kids and stuff like that. Has the school looked into anything like that with diet and vitamin supplementation to help the kids along? Or?
Yeah, that's one thing. My daughter put the boys through a process where they went to gluten-free for a while, and also lactose-free. It didn't seem to make much difference at all. That's a couple of years ago. One of the issues is nobody knows what causes autism, and therein lies a lot of the problem. And there's different degrees of it. Like the boys are on the lower scale. They're not aggressive. They don't self-harm and things like that. Like we think in their case, for example. When my daughter was pregnant, she had a low iodine count. She's got a daughter who's 17 months older than the boys, and I think the doctors think she had low iodine count when her daughter was born, and she fell pregnant a matter of 8 months later with the boys. Her iodine count didn't pick up, and she had 2 babies. So I think that may have had some effect on the autism side, but there's a number of different theories is what caused it, but no one quite knows what caused them. Of course, that then makes it harder to say, well, how